up, bro? Sorry about that. I had my brothers over and shit. What's going on with you?
No, I'm about to do week 17 real talk and then advance the league.
Sorry about that. Let me get in practice mode. I was still put my ass in there so I don't have to fucking leave it.
Huh?
I said let me get into practice mode before you advance the league so I can still practice with my team. Why people were at me for oh I guess you were talking about the rushers and stuff in the other league?
The what?
The like the leading rushers and stuff like that
Uh-huh.
in Junkies league. You were talking about that in your real talk, in the real
Yeah.
talk. Oh, okay. People were at me and stuff like that. Like I would be leading in rushing touchdowns with my last name time and stuff. So I was like, what are you talking about? Actually, I didn't have it right here again. I'll watch it later.
I said if Nano rush for over 24 carries, anybody that's on the podcast watching right now will get an upgrade. And you rushed 23 times, so you didn't rush over 24. So
Uh,
people that was on and they commented that they were on got the upgrade in the week. My bad, just popped up.
see,
My bad, it just popped up.
you beat Jimbo.
Yeah. Yo,
Are you
breaking this
are
on
you
your
live
news
right now?
feed. What's up? What's up, fellas? What's up with y'all? What's up with y'all? Man, week 17, we got a whole shitload of things to talk about. I gotta catch up to the chat. I ain't been reading it since I last made comments and stuff. So I'll go back and read, see what type of shit going on inside the chat. Actually, have you been keeping up to the chat, Nana?
The real draft chat.
Yes, real draft.
Everybody just trying to get to the playoffs, man. They excited about the playoffs. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, I say hit it to the draft, you know.
right to the draft, huh?
Hey, yeah, right to the draft. We ready to get to work. My team mad at me right now.
Shit. Hit it to the draft. My ninja. Hit it to the draft, my ninja. Alright, fellas, here we go. I'm ready to get to it right now. Ready to get into the conversation. Usually I like to let guys get on before we get started and start talking at work, man. We got a lot of things to get to. Going into this year's playoffs run. A lot of things to get to. Roll this shit up. We had some shabibbles going on. What's the craziest excuse you heard from a game dropping?
Mm, my the craziest would
I
probably
heard my
be
dog pulled the cord, my motherfucking
I heard
cat
my wife
pulled the
put the
cord.
I've heard my wife came in and ripped the cord out of the wall.
But that's not crazy, because you got psycho bitches out here that do that type of shit. Mad as hell, you having
That
fun.
is true.
You mad as hell, you having fun and
Or
shit.
if you
Like,
on the
fuck you
or
over
if
there
you on the
laughing about.
game or if you're on the game for too long. I mean, I've experienced that where like I've had a girl like freaking pull the cords out like I've been on the game for a few hours, and that's what I don't miss about having a girlfriend. Just put it like that. But I miss the
It's
other
girls out there
curricular
that'll come
activities.
in looking at their man playing the game and shit, and cause he having fun, she get mad and shit. Like, fucking so
Yeah.
funny over there. Well, I mean, you're playing football, so I don't understand why you're laughing. Usually, it's nothing. Football's not comical. It's you're playing a sport. What are you laughing for? Who you playing with? You know what I'm saying? They be coming on greedy as hell.
Mhm.
Or you just got ignorant bitches like, what? Fuck out here. I paid for that shit. I'll throw that shit out the window. Fuck you talking about. Ah, rounds. But today, somebody told me, motherfucker, their Honda Accord.
Honda Accord.
They used their Accord for the Honda Accord. And the cord, and they left the cord in the Honda Accord car. Oh my God! All right, man. All right,
Oh
man. All
boy.
right, man. Let's get to it. It's the weekend, man. This is more. First of all, happy Memorial Weekend. I think this is what's this Memorial Weekend.
Yeah, Memorial Weekend.
Y'all don't
Yeah.
celebrate that out in Canada, right?
Nah, we had like Victoria Day last weekend. We had our long weekend, Victoria Day.
Good doggy shit. All right, so let's go back. Let me see. Hmm. Hmm.
Greatness on the news feed.
Let me let this be known. He on A1 Sean. If your response was to me, because I'm the one saying this shit, I'm directly talking to you. I wasn't talking to nobody else. I was directly talking to you about the wiggle shit. That shit gay. You don't like it, I don't give a fuck. I'm not disrespecting you. I'm telling you flat out, I don't like it. You don't have to like my opinion or however you feel about it. I don't like that shit. That shit getting too weird and whack to me. Wiggling all game long and shit. I find myself I wiggled doing Shoguns last night. Like, God damn it, and got mad. Oh my God, why the fuck am I wiggling? That shit kind of whack, bro. I don't know. My opinion is this, man. I just like seeing football shit, bro. Like, I don't like looking at that type of shit, bro. Like, you don't have to like my opinion. You don't have to listen to it. I ain't here to be tough. I ain't here to be defending what I said. I'm telling you flat out that my entire conversation in the chat was strictly to you. That shit's whack. You better than that. Way better than that shit. Let that man have his own shit. You can rush for 200, 300 yards without doing that shit. But honestly, that's all it is my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't, and then not one time did I say anybody was wrong or yo, I'm banning that shit from my league. None of that shit. It is what it is. I'm just saying I don't like the shit. Shit kind of weird to me, man. I don't like that shit. Never did. But man, that stop and go shit and the double spin back spin shit, that shit's off the hook. I like all that type of shit. Um, and it just gets away from football, bro. Like when I talk about guys in their games in my league, when I talk about guys in their games, I'm looking at guys that put schemes together and you know, stick work to me. This game allows it. So anytime a game allows it, everything in this game is on YouTube now. You can go get any type of glitch you want, find it, figure it out, master it, run it. That's your prerogative. Shit, there's leagues out there that won't even let you come in their league doing that type of shit. So, I leave it free because for everybody's enjoyment. But the main reason why I don't ban half of that shit, because the game is part of the game. It's EA. If it's in the game, it's in the game. The other part is when you play in my league, you're playing in an edited league. So therefore, you're gonna have better players than what the game produces. So therefore, to counter that better player shit, we allow that shit and we try to celebrate it. But it's weird to me. I don't like that shit. A nigga touch the ball on hike and just shake your AI all out the way from the time you get the ball to the time. Like it ain't a human being on earth that run like that up and down the field. That's all I'm saying. I play this game to get a real sense of being able to play football again. I don't play it no more. I played it all my life. The video game is the closest I can get to real life action, and that's why I play the game. So when I'm watching that shit or I'm seeing it, it's just like it's not real to me. But again, it's a video game, and then again, my league with the edited and the abilities on players that you get in my league more than you get in other leagues. I think that's appropriate. That is done. That's why there's no real outlaw to it. Like, but my opinion of it is whack. So just like every day I tell Nano every day, running the ball the entire fucking game is fucking pitiful and whack. But at times you got to do it. But to do it all the time and not take your game to the next level is a problem to me. For the most part, in my league, especially RDL, everybody's evolving in their own ways, and this is why game in and game out, games get a little tougher. And your style is your style, but they ain't your fucking style, bro. I watched you play this game since Madden 20, bro. You know what you're doing. You know how to run, fucking play football. Play football. That's all I'm saying. Now, whether you do it or not is your opinion. You wanna wiggle for stats and run for 400 yards on a guy that don't know how to stop that shit, then hey, so be it. And the other flip side to it is it's allowed. So because it's allowed, it's up to us to stop the shit. Um, but opinions is opinions.
You're allowed to have them.
I would feel for all that. My brother should have picked her up. Mom texted me on my way, and then called right behind to ask me. She didn't even give me a chance to respond to the text. All that. She And only a real nigga like you will say what you just said, but I respect what you're saying type shit. Like, and again, I respect your response because, you know, don't bring your name up. I just wanted you to know, man, as a man, I was directly talking to you, and not in a disrespectful way, like I'm being tough about it. But I was talking to you. I'm coming off the fact that Falcons game is why I said what I said. But again, opinions is all about sports, right? You can't play sports without an opinion. I mean, look what the Kwame Brown situation. That's everybody's opinion on how he a bust and whatever he is, and he stands up to it. And you know, that's the world news today. That's all everybody hopping on YouTube and social media for to see who he arguing with now. So opinions is opinions, bro. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? If you ain't doing nothing wrong as far as breaking a rule or anything like that, you could tell me to take my opinion and shove it up my ass if you wanted to, and I would have to respect that. You know what I mean? Let me respond to her because she be mad at me too. Shit. Entertainment. All right, my bad, fellas, my bad. Here we go. All right, so man, we at the end of the year right now. And on that note of being at the end of the year, we are seeing a lot of situations pop off. We got a lot to talk about right now, man. I always start with the league news. You want to see the news feed. An unbelievable output for Atwell. Tutu Atwell embarrassed the Cardinals secondary to a tune of 155 receiving yards. Victory, 55-17. Boone took 2 L's back to back going into these playoffs. Do you feel like that'll hurt him going into the playoffs, Nano? Losing like that at the end?
I do, but it depends. I mean, Boone's always had a he's always been up and down. I think he didn't really not to say he didn't care about the last two games of the season because he did play the Seahawks and he played the Bears. I just think he was trying to play to feel out how they were gonna play so that if he had to see him in the playoffs, then he would get a better understanding and he could capitalize off of that. I mean, he was on the headset like the whole game with the Seahawks, so I don't feel like he was fully locked in. That's just my opinion. Anyone can say he could have told him that that he wasn't comfortable, but I wouldn't. I never really go on headset with anybody that I'm playing against unless it's one of my boys.
Yeah, nah, Boone ain't getting no excuse from me. That motherfucker played A1 twice a season. He got his ass kicked,
Yep.
bottom line.
Yep.
Then he gets into that Bears game and he gets his ass kicked. But I think that game was more of a gathered data game more than anything
Yeah.
else.
That's what it
But
was.
that Seahawks
Got
game
that.
ain't no excuse. Headset or no headset, no excuse. You play that guy twice a year. Only thing changed in his game, in my opinion, is the fact that he got the wiggle shit now mastered, and that became first
Yeah.
nature to him. That's it. Other than that, you're still getting the same game. So there's no excuse there. He got his ass whipped both games. Simple as that. It happens.
Yeah.
I don't know how that kills morale going into the playoffs, but and then you never know what Boone sneaky ass. Boone probably did
Yeah.
that on purpose. You know,
He could have. I mean, he
Boone
could
will,
have seen that he was matched up with D West and seen that
of
as
course,
an opportunity,
of
right?
course,
So,
Boone does play the playoff tree a lot. He will play
yeah.
that playoff tree and put himself in the situation. So let's check it out right now. Talking about playoffs, playoffs, playoffs. Guarantee this was a fucking live game. All right, so let's take a look at it. So the Bears got the #1 seed and they remain undefeated on the year. Last undefeated team to enter the playoffs were the Raiders. Now we have an NFC team. New coach takes his team to the playoffs with the #1 seed for the first time. Take a team that relevantly wasn't all the way his team yet, and he still did everything he came in and sought out to do. He tagged his name as Free Run Bears, and at this point, no one's proven him wrong. No one over there in the NFC seems like they can do anything to stop this Bears team from doing what they're doing right now. Um, Now, with that being said, they have the #1 seed on the other side. For the first time this entire league, we have a new #1 seed, which is the Baltimore Ravens, and which is pushed our team that's been dominating the league the entire time that we've been playing real draft. The Raiders are the #2 seed. Um, I'm assuming they won. I can guarantee they won that Week 17 matchup.
Well,
Over there,
they
I can't
didn't
with the.
play, so I think it's a force or
I thought they
something, right?
played, bro.
Let me check. No,
Hmm.
I haven't been on all day, so
Yeah, they
I'll double
played.
check.
All right, so the Los
Um,
Angeles Rams going to line up against the 7th seed Bucks right now, and when we advance, I don't know if that
yeah,
changes or
they
not.
won. They won.
Uh,
Raiders won.
Go to the stats. I need to know if Corey won his last game he played. So no, he lost to the. All right, so this is
Nah,
going to
he
be.
lost.
He lost to the Panthers. He said the game dropped with 1 second left. Um, and he also Boone also lost. So I think this seeding is going to stay the same. So Boone's going to open up with a really tough game in the wild card round, which is the Cowboys versus the Cardinals. LA playing the Bucks. This is a good ass matchup over here. Y'all matchups is nuts over here, bro. Like really good matchups. So we
Yeah.
got Young Mon with his loss with Hudson Card and the Los Angeles Rams going to match up against the Buccaneers, and Coach Carter, Mr. Corey himself, has to play on the road, travel to Los Angeles to play a playoff game. Um, the third versus 6 seed will be the Arizona Cardinals traveling to Texas to play D West and these super souped up Team Cowboys, because he got that shit
Yep.
together over there. Boy, love that roster. Really good. And then we have a first time appearance for the Panthers with the 4th seed locked in to play the Tata and the Carolina Panthers are versus the Seahawks. And the Seahawks played them already in the regular season. And they won that matchup, so this will be a rematch game in the playoffs over here. All on the west side, we go on the AFC side. Uh, The Las Vegas Raiders got a first round bye. Like, let me stop playing with Bob. All right, so I don't know. You played in week 17 and then you got to turn right back around and play him in the playoffs again. I don't know what type of. I can tell you this. Uh, the coach for the Las Vegas Raiders went in there and played his game, guaranteed. I don't know if Bob was studying or doing whatever he was doing. What was that score over there?
It was 67-48.
Go to the stats. Lab Nations.
Let me see. We'll go to the stats right now. Schedule, league schedule.
And wins or losses over here don't change anything right now. The Chiefs are in. I think the Bengals.
Trevor Lawrence has 689 yards, 9 touchdowns, 2 picks.
And your MVP of 2025.
Oh, God.
Lab Nation.
Tetra had 7 touchdowns.
I bet. You ain't got to read no more stats than me. What Rondell Moore do?
Fuck out of here.
What Rondell Moore do?
He did, what did he do? He had 400, or wait, no, it was London, Drake London, 449 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Okay. Yeah, alright. Alright, you throw to him, leave him open, let me throw to my guy, leave him open. Niggas ain't shit. I swear. But you know where it come from though? The narrative that we did it. Remember back in the day they thought supposedly man Falk did that shit? Okay, alright. You know damn well ain't a receiver in the league catching 400 and something yards and 6 touchdowns on no fucking Raiders defense. Knock it off. But this the game right here. 3 versus 6 seed right now, man. The last 2 playoffs we had, Cleveland has knocked the Colts out the playoffs. This matchup has been happening a lot, which to me is becoming a rival playoff game right here. So this is a very important game for Max Payne to get over the top right now, man. He has to be able to win this game and move on. He's lost the last 2. Even the first game they played, he was up 21.
I'm going to quote something that Max Payne said himself last night, and it wasn't on air. He said, if I don't win this game, I'm the sweaty palms of the league versus the Browns.
I agree with it. I agree with it for sure.
I'd agree too.
I agree with it for sure. Just quoting people. I don't care about no damn MVP. I'm worrying about the Super Bowl. Yeah, alright. Heard it all before. Anyway, coaching the Browns, man. The Browns has been really playing really well when they get to this game right here, man. This game has been played really well right now, so it's really on the coach. Ain't no pressure on the Browns at all. He's the 6th seed, and he's on the road, but it's not a pressure situation for him because he's played in this game twice, where he had to go to Indianapolis 2 years in a row, and they came out of there with the dub. So all the pressure is on the Colts.
All the pressure is on the Colts because I think both games that they matched up in the playoffs, the Colts had a huge lead and they blew them both times. I believe.
Right, and you can get. It depends on what Brown you get, man. You get the hot Browns or you get the not hot Browns. That's what it comes down to. When he hot, he hitting on all cylinders. And that defense is something to reckon with, man. And when it comes down to matchup, I just think the secondary is better than the wide receiver core for the coach right now, so he's got to scheme his way into getting these guys open because he got some shutdown corners over there. But I also do think Kyle Pitts could be the X factor of the entire game if he's used right in this game. And thinking of X factor, the new tight end for the Browns is a very big threat.
Arroyo.
He's a very big threat. So this game is the battle of the tight ends, in my opinion. We got a quarterback playing in the playoffs for the first time. Ripcord Ritter, he playing Desmond Ritter playing in the playoffs for the first time. So it's always going to be how do you handle the different stage playing in the playoffs. It's a whole different monster when you're in the playoffs. And so there's a lot of pressure on the Colts team, man. But again, they do got good weapons over there, and this is a good matchup. And again, I think this is the battle of the tight end game right here. All right, so over here the Jets. Now the Jets is playing hot down the line right now. They are playing hot. I think Falky has to come out in this game and establish a lead before he can be trying to be Falky. Because what happens is this Jets team is well put together. They have a lot of good players over here. And when you know you got a lot of good players over there, you know they're, and especially that's built and ready to go. The AI will not make as many mistakes as, you know, a team that's not all the way built would. So he's gonna have guys that's gonna be in the right spots all the time. So he's gonna have to play a real football game. For the Jets to be successful in this game, they're gonna have to be able to stop Najee Harris, completely stop Najee Harris. And then they're gonna have to really get their offense going. They're gonna have to be able to, you gotta be able to score. You gotta be able to match points with the Chargers. That defense, man, that man-to-man defense that's getting ran by that Chargers team right now could put a lot of pressure on you if you can't make reads.
Yeah.
You got some, like, again, you got a bunch of guys that's been in the playoffs on that team right now. So whether they're a consistent playoff team or not, the players on that team are very consistent. Oh, because I thought you said she came late. Oh, my bad. Is your mom downstairs, boy? Yeah, I hear her on the phone. All right. So again, matchups. Now I'm not going. Let's not ignore the Raiders game right now. So they came out of a have fun game, and now they got to play a real fun game. So what you're going to see now is the have fun stats will not be here. You'll see the stats for the Raiders and not stats for the Broncos. Simple as that. You're not going to get one receiver that's going to have 400 yards receiving and 6 touchdowns against this locked-in Las Vegas team when they're ready to play a real game. So simple as that. I think Bach won't have to really play a perfect game. He has to better keep up with that tempo that the Las Vegas Raiders get you with, because when they're in trouble, they go hurry up and don't let you set up. Simple as that, and they can score fast in those moments. They usually don't take them more than 3 plays to get down the field when they go hurry up offense. So, but then, you know, they get the conductor on their guy, and it's quick, no adjustments. Run stock plays at your ass and hike the ball before you even can move and get on your user. And you got to deal with that. So, and then you got to also deal with that running back if he decides that's what he wants to do in this game, run the ball. So it's a lot of pressure for the Broncos, but I don't think the Broncos is completely outmatched team-wise. But as a player, and then is this the Broncos guy that we always hear? You know, did the Raiders win yet? Did the Raiders win yet? Is he gonna come in, stand up, and grab his balls and play a real game, or he just, you know, here to help him out? Yo, let's play this game, stat up, so you can jump back over for playing my computer. Is he that guy, or is he a guy trying to win a playoff win? If he even gets in the playoffs, honestly, that loss might have knocked his dumb ass out the playoffs anyway. Let's see.
Yeah, it might have actually. He's not even locked in yet. So did the Bengals win or
We'll
no?
find out right now who's locked in. So they both 8-8 right now, and he on a 4-game losing streak versus the Bengals 2-game winning streak. This is possible. Now the one thing I will say, he did beat the Bengals in the regular season, but we can never go off of that because you never know what Madden is going to produce. So what I will do now is I'm going to jump into the advanced mode right now, and let's move forward. Going forward, I thought I wanted to do something here for everybody, but I got nah. I'm gonna do that right now. Make sure injuries is off. Remind me to turn it back on. You know me.
Oh, they're already off.
Yep. So I probably did that and never turned them back on. All right. So where we at here? Schedule. I changed some things up, so let's go back over and get it back together. Alright. Let's see who's in. Who gets into the playoffs right now, and that with that 7th seed in the AFC. already
Broncos
off.
are still in. Broncos are still in.
All right, so the Broncos got in still. So now that we move forward, here we go. Nothing changes in the playoff brackets. Broncos never, and they counted the win because what happened was the Broncos beat the Bengals in the regular season, and that's the reason why the Broncos kept the 7th seed. So now you got two AFC West teams playing. You also got a matchup between the AFC South and the AFC North team, and then you got the AFC East and the AFC West team. So we got 3 teams from the AFC West over here. On the other side, you got 2 teams for the West, NFC West, and then you got 1 team for the East and 1 team for the South sitting over here. So the matchups, we'll come back to it. I'm gonna come back to the playoff conversation in a second. Let's get over here and talk about who won what, when, where, and how. All right, so let's think. You had 2 big time games. You had the Statty game that got played, where Trevor Lawrence can be the MVP of the league, and you also had Kamara who rushed for fucking like 500. You said right?
507 touchdowns or some garbage like that.
That boy went dummies. The Rook went dummies. Don't get mad because his rookie running back better than yours right now. Don't get mad. Stop acting like that, man. Get that man some love, dog.
Congrats, Kamar, but we coming, baby. We coming.
That man drafted who he thought was the fastest running back in the draft. He got slighted, and then he took it out on his season. Like, man, my guy better than yours. You remember, your guy went 9, his guy went 4. Don't forget.
We'll remember that. We'll remember that.
All right, so 10 receptions, 493 yards in the stat game, 7 catches. Jamar Gibbs had 166 yards, 10.4, 2 rushing touchdowns, 6 receptions for 263, 43.8, and 3 reception touchdowns. Statty's up. Amir Speed, 2 picks and a touchdown, and Tony Grimes had 7 tackles and 3 interceptions. Is your mom on her way?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. You getting dressed now?
Yeah.
All right, that was that. Let's get to the yearly awards. And your league MVP is Trevor Lawrence. So in the process of Week 17 play, Trevor Lawrence jumped over top of Shador. Kamara Wheaton jumped over top of Shador as well. So you had Trevor Lawrence wins the MVP of the league. Congratulations in his last season as a Las Vegas Raider. Coach of the year, Jalen Clampview went undefeated, 16-0. He is the coach of the year. Congratulations to Young Ruff and winning the coach of the year award over there. AFC Offensive Player of the Year is Tetris McMillan. Your top 3 were Trevor Lawrence, Shador Sanders. In the NFC, your offensive MVP, Offensive Player of the Year was Kamar Wheaton, the Young Rook. Corey Stanley, the My Player quarterback, and Corey Richardson fell in the 3rd place. Defensive Player of the Year, you had Derek Davis Jr. jumps over top of James Wiggins. That hurts. James Wiggins, I thought he was short locked in, but we saw Derek creeping up on him at the end. And then he played Booney and got motherfucking about 8 tackle for losses from the safety sub spot. Derek Davis, James Wiggins, and then Trey Washington. All right, buddy. Love you. See you tomorrow. Derek Davis Jr., James Wiggins, Trey Washington, the My Player for another demon. Another demon here, another demon here, an old demon right here, and a demon here. Demon here. All demons dominated the Defensive Player of the Year awards over there. Good shit. AFC Defensive Player of the Year goes to Brian Mills. Surprise, surprise. Tony Grimes stepped up. The Gabriel Floyd was your top 3. Patrick Queen and English rounds off the top 5. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Tetris McMillan, balled out. Sanders, Mafioso, and Malik Brown, and Titan Elijah Arroyo rounds off your top 5 for offensive rookies. NFC offensive rookies, Wheaton did that. Henderson, number 2 to Wheaton, Burton, Shipley, and Brian Robinson, the wide receiver for the Eagles. Defensive Rookie of the Year is in the NFC, Deuce Harmon. We saw corners up here. We saw corners in the top 5. Nothing changed. Harmon won it. King, Brown, and then Devontae Smith and Hancock are your top 5. In the AFC, did I show that already? Nope. Newport got it. Xavier Newport, 100s. The rookie safety. And you got Jack8, or whatever his name is. Jay Johnson, number 2, and then Jay Sean Barham at number 3. To round off the top 5 is Hall, safety for the Raiders, and Hunter, the cornerback for the Ravens. Best quarterback in the AFC, Trevor Lawrence, Shador, and Garantano. Best quarterback for the NFC, Hudson Card, Stanley, and Ugalele. With Richardson and Lance rounding off your top 5. Best running backs in the NFC, Wheaton, Henderson, Etienne, and Burgers, and Shipley. Shipley balled out all year this year. That's what's up. AFC, the winner of that trophy is Phil Mafioso, the best running back in the NFC this year. Good shit, young Camden. Best wide receivers, Tetris McMillan wins that award in the AFC. And in the NFC, you got Khalid Burton. So 2 rookie receivers won best wide receiver awards this year. That's the first time that happened since year 1. Best offensive lineman in the NFC is Jake Corhan. In the AFC, we're dealing with Maurice Boyer. Defensive line in the AFC is Jalen Phillips takes the award. In the NFC, you're dealing with Greg Rose, the probably the #1 hottest guy on the trading block in our league right now. It's Gregory Rose. Surprised people ain't kicking the door down for this guy. Best linebackers go. Shaka Tony wins that award in the NFC. AFC best linebacker goes to DeGabriel Floyd. And then best DB award goes to Brian Mills. And AFC, and in the NFC it goes to, surprise, surprise, Mr. James Wiggins wins that award. So shout out to everybody whose player won the awards this year. Way to ball out, man. I can't wait to see who's going to go up in development and all that shit right now. So let's go to the league and see who did what in stats. Got it. All right, so your top passer in the league is Trevor Lawrence with 6,663. Your top touchdown thrower was Trevor Lawrence with 79. The guy that threw the most picks on the season was Sam Howell with 54. Khalid Williams 41, and Trevor Lawrence, Ugalele, Eric Mahoney, Bam Gorey, and Jordan Love all had 40 picks on the year. Bless you.
Thank you.
Rushing, who carried the ball the most, who had the most carries, and surprise, surprise, Travion Henderson somehow, some way slides back up, takes over 297 carries on the year. God damn. We only had one 2,000 yard back. No, we didn't. We had 2. The 2 rookies, the top 10 rookie running backs, 2,175 out of Kamar Wheaton. This was the first year we had 2 top 10 running backs go. Even in the first year, we didn't have no top 10 running backs go. This is the first year we had 2 of them go. Travion Henderson, 2016. Travis Etienne, 1823. Mafia, 1614. And there's a little drop off after that. Touchdowns, though. Wheaton with 32, Henderson with 26. This is going to be a battle for a long time to come. Kamar Wheaton versus Travion Henderson in the NFC West. Who's going to be the better running back? Who's going to keep these Hall of Fame numbers going? Burgers had 24. Will Shipley had 23 touchdowns. Old time Christian McCaffrey, old ass, had 20 of them things running around the clock. Who fumbled the most this year? Jaden Daniels had 9, Kyler Murray had 9, Garantano had 8, Shador Sanders 8, Khalid Williams 7, Lamar 7, Wheaton 6, Henderson 6, Miles 6. Receivers right now, who had the catches? It looks like Anthony Schwartz led the league in receptions. Khalid Burton, Mr. X Factor Burton now 123, Tetris had 110, and Darnell Washington 88, Royale right behind him with 86, Metcalf, Devontae Smith, and then Whittington the third had 81 catches. Yards wise right now, how many 2,000 yard receivers we got this year? Anthony Schwartz 2,808. Still, did he beat my yards?
Who?
Anthony Schwartz. Did he is that the most yards ever as a receiver in our league?
I'll go to the record book.
Tetris had 2,774. Khalid Burton with 2,103, and DK Metcalf had 2,099. Outside of those 2,000 yard receivers, we also had guys like Devontae Smith,
Nope,
Dwayne Eskridge,
you beat it. You're
John
still
Quinn.
up there by 21 yards.
Oh shit, 1681. Oh man, you tried. No cigar. There we go. 44 touchdowns at receiver. I think he beat me there, right? That's the most receiving touchdowns in the season.
I'll take a look.
I think he got me.
Stay there. NFL receiving touchdown season. McMillan has 44. Waddle 40. How many did he have?
44.
Yeah, he beat it.
Dwayne Eskers 23. Devontae 23. Whittington the third 23. Burton had 22. Schwartz had 21. DK Metcalf had 20. Atwell right outside of that 20 with 19. Defense. Who got all the damn tackles? Looks like Brian Mills is holding down that stat. 120 tackles from the safety spot. 118 right behind him. Dylan Moses, 109. Sean Barham, 108. Marcel Brooks. DeMarvion Overshawn. Jeremiah Trotter. And Trey Washington all had 100 tackles this year. Tackle for loss stats go to, surprise, surprise, Derek Davis with 25. Shaka Tony, 25. Cameron Silmon, this is a Dion's kid, 20. Thibodeau, 19. And then we're going down from there. Sacks on the year, you know, I got to check the AFC and the NFC, but right now 21 sacks out of Jaden Phillips. Patrick Falk has 16. Jordy Brooks 15.5. Candoa 15. 14 for Dixon and Crosby. Let's make sure we ain't missing no names. Alright, we saw those names. Cool. What about the NFC? Alright, Rose, Rashad Gary, Joey Bosa, and then Totioto, 12.5, along with Carlos Basham and Albert O'Neal. Balled out. Good shit. Alright, let's get to the NFL again. And let's talk about who had the picks on the year right now. Brian Mills with 15 interceptions. So Brian Mills had 120 tackles, 18 tackles for loss, 15 interceptions, 4 pass breakups. Tony Grimes had 13 picks on the year, 3 tackles for loss, a sack as well. Newport had 11. Wiggins 11, Okuda 11. It was a lot of donations going on this year. Trey Brown 11 and Brent English 11. Let's take a look at the AFC and make sure we ain't missed the name over here. Yup, Stingley with 11 was the name, and James Williams and McCall got 10, and Jalen Johnson with 10 as well. So you know you missed those names. Look at the NFL and the NFC. How many other guys did it? Wiggins, Okuda. We didn't see a pass forward name. I don't think. Hankins as well. So let's go back to the NFL and make sure we got those names as I go around. English, we said that. Kuda for Williams is here. Didn't see Stingley. Alright, so everybody for the most part was on here. That's the INTs on the year right now, man. Alright, fellas, good shit when it comes down to those that did their damn thing with the stats right now. Now, let's get back to these playoff matchups right now. Alright, Nano, this is a conversation for me and you to have right now. So
yes,
what I'm going to do is we're going to start right now with the Los Angeles Rams versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now. So let's get out of here and let's go to stats and go to both of those teams right now. First of all, you tell me about these Rams. You've played them twice already in 2 seasons. You should have a good handle on what type of team they are. What's your opinion about this Rams team?
They're a good, solid team. High-powered offense. He can score whenever he really wants to, and they play really solid on defense. They don't really give too much up.
Okay.
I
mean, they have a quarterback that's almost thrown for 6,000 yards this year, 53 touchdowns. He's 67% on the year. Yeah, he's standing in front of 118.8 QB rating as well. Through 30 interceptions, 53 to 30. That's not a bad ratio. And then when you get to the run game, you have a guy with 216 carries that got 1364. Solid enough to get in the end zone. So we got a guy that scored touchdowns from the running back position. What makes them dangerous is you just cannot check one receiver over here. Ain't no check vans. You got to be able to check at least 4 guys over there that's legit and can score and can get the ball and move the chains. Josh Van, 70 catches, 1681. He averaging 105.1 yards a game and 12 touchdowns. Then you got Johnny Wilson, a 6'6" animal over here. 69 catches, 14-13, 20.5 yards a catch right now. He averaging 88.3 yards a game, 15 touchdowns. Arian Smith from the slot, 51 catches, 1303, 16 touchdowns. Then you have a tight end after you have to worry about over the middle of the field with 55 catches, 819, and 5 touchdowns. Not only is that, they can throw the ball to their running back if they want to. So I look at this Rams offense, and then I ask myself, you look at these weapons, and then you go to the Bucs team, and you want to know, do they match up defensively with this Rams offense right now? So I'm going to the two teams. I want to go to the Rams first, and we're going to go past their line now. We've seen their receivers and running backs. We know what they can do over there with the weapons, right? Let's see what the protection look like over there. So we got two good left tackles over here. We got two good left guards over here. A good center over here with a nice little backup to be able to be there. 30-year-old at 88 overall right guard. I doubt he playing with all them other good players running around over there. So there, to me, they have a really good offensive line. It's a top tier offensive line over there. So then when I go to the Bucs defense to match up with this Rams offense, this is where I'll start at first. Defensive end, I like Jordan Burch. I think he's a speed rusher, and at any moment can make a play for you. But the guy over here, right here, is Carlos Basham. Does the Rams have anybody that can really block this guy, or do they have to spend time setting up double teams on this kid? What you think, Nano? You think Basham can get it done against that Rams offensive line?
I do. I do think so, but I feel like what attributes the quarterback has is just too much. I think if he gets time in the pocket, it's going to be a long day.
Well, he's going to get the time because he has protected on him, so that time is going to be there. Protected is one of the OP abilities, so he's going to be all right there. So that's going to
he has to try and get Basham to the quarter. If he can't get Basham to the quarterback, it's going to be a long day for the Bucs.
Right. I do think Basham, since he's been in the league, he's been a guy that creates stats, bottom line. He's always creating stats. He's always making plays. And he's always in the top 3 to 5 in the NFC when it comes down to defensive linemen. So I think Basham is really the X factor when it comes down to their defensive front right now when it comes down to offensive line. Now the Rams are solid on the line, right? But I think Basham's a superstar. Like, he's one of the better players in the league, excuse me. So with that being said, I like Carlos Basham to be able to make some plays. And if this guy can get some pressure to the quarterback and get about 2 sacks in this game, it's going to be a long day for Hudson Card.
Yeah, I agree.
So, in that sense, and then I love Jordan Burch. Now, Jordan Burch was one of the top defensive ends that came out in his draft class. You don't see too much on him, or probably ain't really hearing much about him. I'm gonna check out his stats in a couple seconds, but I do think coming off the other side, he's a problem too. Especially when you have to draw your attention to Carlos Basham. And if you think for 1 second he ain't gonna win one-on-one matchups, Carlos Basham, and you don't have to double team at all in that game, then you are smoking something. And it ain't no shit that I'll roll up. Smoking some bullshit.
Right now, Jordan Burch, I'm just looking at his stats for the year. He has 5 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and 1 sack right now.
Alright, so those numbers, I wouldn't be scared of them. So in that sense, if I'm the Rams and the Rams doing his homework, he not worrying about Burch at all. He gonna double team the shit out of Basham.
Yeah.
He gonna make sure Basham stay out of the way. So in that sense, at the defensive end situation. Now, even with that being said, I don't know if it's smart to completely leave Jordan Burch unattended and just give him one-on-one situations over there. But the stats and the play, in my opinion, says yes, you can. You can leave your left tackle on him one-on-one and let them get busy. And while you letting them get busy, make sure you clean up Basham and don't let him go dummies.
I don't even think Jordan Burch is even in the starting lineup. I think they're playing Stephon Wynn instead.
Look at the stats.
Wynn on one side, yeah. Wynn has 40 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, and 8.5 sacks right now.
There you go. All right, so now My question is this. I'm going to go to the D tackles. I just wasn't in front of the game to be able to see what I was doing. But I'm going to go to the D tackles. So you still got Vita Vea old ass at 30 years old still here. And he ain't nothing to play with, right?
Yeah,
Neither is Ika, whatever you want to say. Neither is him. But if I don't know, if I'm Corey at 275, Jordan Burch has 90 strength, man. You might want to use that speed somewhere else, or like even put Stephon Wynn with that superstar at D tackle in this game or something. But here now we're looking at the line, uh, and when we look at the line, Stephon Wynn, 94 overall, 90 where's strength, 92 strength, so and 299 pounds. So now I like this front right now. I like
yeah,
the
this
defensive
front's
front. I think they
dangerous.
match
I
up
don't
really
think
well.
you can completely. I mean, you can completely take out Basham, but I mean, you got to watch for this guy as well, because I mean, 8.5 sacks is pretty good as well for the year, right?
Yeah.
So, there's nothing to sleep on.
Yeah, I think this defensive line matches up well against the Rams' offensive line right now. We're gonna see some fireworks there. That's gonna be a testament to who, But I will say this, that one ability is OP, and the demons all
Yes.
got it on their quarterback. So that's an OP situation. That should give him a little bit of time and a lot more time in a time advantage situation. But I like the Bucks defensive line. I think they can play with them. Now, let's get to the linebacker core when it comes down to the linebackers right now. I don't think nobody cares at all. Anyway, Shane Leak, Tony Fields, he got really good speed at linebacker, especially at the middle linebacker. I'm not sure who his starting linebacker on the left side is over here, or even if he needs him, but Jacoby McLean is on the right side. He's a speed demon too. So I do think the linebackers can run with any of the, they can run around, they can make some plays, especially with that front four holding up blocks. These linebackers should be able to get some clean plays in on the running back Jalen Berger. Who's solid. I still think overall though Berger is a problem. That 24 touchdowns is a super problem. This guy can score. He can score from anywhere on the field, really, and I'm quite sure he's crazier in the red zone. So I like it. Now, when the matchups come down to the DBs, what you're going to see over here with the Bucks is you're going to see a bunch of veteran, real Madden player DBs over here. So that all that does is mean, right? Who this nigga Dustin? Tell him. See, don't let me stick my motherfucking gunners on you. Put your money where your fucking mouth is, cause the nigga that just asked who you are, blow you the fuck out. Facts. Boy, we gonna go over here. We don't play that shit. You ain't gonna come in on our broadcast talking about you'll beat somebody with the Bears and shit like that. Line up, niggas. Put your PSN up here. I got dogs in this league that'll put up 100 on you fast. Exactly. Exactly, right. But anyway, we do have veterans over here in the secondary. As you can see, their top two corners have 99 awareness right now. Their third corner has 99, and then their fourth has 95. So, with that being said, when you look at the Rams again, you look at the matchups. I don't think the Rams receivers, even though they all shitting this year, have the advantage over these DBs, man. Because the DBs got high awareness, so even if they sitting in zone or man, they in a good situation. But so to me, when it comes down to the wide receivers and the running back, wide receivers and the DBs for the Rams, uh, and the Rams offense and the Bucks defense secondary, it comes down to this scheme. Simple as that. Scheme. Both of them are good passers. Although the Bucks want to throw the ball a lot more than the Rams will. The Rams will run the ball, and I think because the Rams will run the ball this game, and he's really legit at passing the ball. He's definitely one of the top tier passers in the NFC. I think because they will run the ball better than the Bucks can run the ball, they will pull this win out. On defense with the Rams, their X factor is going to be that secondary, and it's not going to be the guys you think I'm going to say. Like Ramsey is Ramsey, and the my player Simpkins is him. I think the young rookie right here, Deuce Harmon, is going to have a lot to do with what happens in this game because the Bucks uses all their receivers too, as well as tight ends. So this is going to be a good matchup. But at the end of the day, I think the Rams win this ball game. Are you in agreement with me or disagree, Nano?
I agree. But I don't think it's gonna be a blowout though. Like I think it'll be a close game, like a 3 or 7 point game.
I like that. I agree. I agree. All right. Fly over here to the Raiders and the Broncos. Does the Broncos even have a chance to win this game?
I no, I don't think so.
I need you to answer this truthfully. I need you to answer this like not because he's beefing with Falky and we riding out with Falky.
No, I
Flat out, do
honestly
you have
don't
a
think he
chance?
has a chance. No, not at all.
All right.
Beef with Falk or not, I don't think he has a chance. I think that game week 17 was just okay. Let's just get stats, but I think the Raiders is just way too overpowered for him.
And then this is the Trevor Lawrence's farewell tour right now, man. So I think he's gonna be locked in. You know what I would like to see? Now
What's
I'm in the
that?
playoffs, so I don't want the Raiders to win another Super Bowl. But what I would like to see is pit Trevor Lawrence on his back and do this farewell tour. It's always been conversations between Herbert and me as the best quarterback in the league. This is gonna be his last run as a Raider. I want to see him go out and put the game on Trevor Lawrence. Like if you're gonna win it all, win it with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Like the MVP of the Super Bowl. If you make it to that Super Bowl, should be Trevor Lawrence. So that means game 1, 2, 3, and 4 should be all on Trevor Lawrence's back. I'm gonna test him, and I'm gonna reach out and say, I know you on my boy because you just took up for the league real fast. Can you do it? Can you put the game on Trevor Lawrence's back and play smart enough football with him throwing the ball to win every game in the playoffs
They're
without
playing right now.
him losing the game for you or throwing too many INTs? Can you put the game on Trevor Lawrence's back and send him to New England with the farewell tour? That's my question. They're locked and loaded right now.
They're locked and loaded right now. First quarter just started a minute ago.
Okay, that's a big game to tune into. Circle Bop's channel. I don't know. I'm gonna put it. If the game's up, put
It's
it
in the
in
chat
Facebook.
already. It's in the
Put it in
chat.
the
It's in the
Facebook
main
chat.
chat.
Put it in the Facebook
Put it in
chat.
the Facebook chat right now.
Fuck that draft tomorrow night. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, draft tomorrow.
Oh my god. All right, so back to the stats and stuff. I mean, the playoff games and all that. So the Raiders and the Broncos are playing right now. So we'll have a winner out of that within 40 minutes. All right, so back over here to the Cowboys and the Cardinals game, man. Now, I like this matchup. This matchup has always been good. They always play down to the wire. In a playoff game right now, I don't know if Boone lost 2 games and put himself in a situation where he had to play a really tough game in the wild card right now. I thought you said your mom was mad. That's why she was taking long to come outside. You know how you said you pulled up and still had to wait for her?
No, I was telling you that she was like rushing me to the
And
point where I couldn't even respond to a text message. And then I pull up front and then I'm still waiting for her.
still waiting on her. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, I'm almost done the real talk. So when we go Cowboys and the Cardinals, now here's two things here. Let me ask you, Nano, is the Cardinals the Cowboys' kryptonite? Because Boone didn't play last year due to death in his family, and the Cowboys went right to the Super Bowl. Every playoff before that, the Cardinals has been the reason why the Cowboys haven't been in the Super Bowl. So is the Cardinals the Cowboys' kryptonite?
Yes.
All right, so the pressure is not on Boone, is on D West.
It's on D West. I think if D West win, he have another good chance to go back to the Super Bowl. But the Bears are nothing to be joked about. Even with that 4-place schedule, I think the Bears has what it takes.
I agree with you. I mean, it goes to Chicago at this point. Then you don't want to play Chicago in February, in January and February. Like, it's going to be brick out there. I mean, it's going to be brick cold out there. You don't want your motherfucking hands getting hit by face masks and that shit. All right, so here's what I want to see. JT Daniels, he's been proven in the playoffs. We know who he is. But the X factor of any playoff game that the Cowboys is going to play is Travis Etienne. The problem with this is the Cowboys have Travis Etienne. That's a really good running back. He's one of the top 5 running backs in the league. I don't have to stay on their receiver core. CD Lamb, Brandon Rice, Jerry Rice's son, Paris Campbell, and speedster Kevin Coleman. Right? Cool. I don't care about that. The tight end matchup is going to be crazy, but what you're going to see, and when I'm done saying what I'm saying, is that the Cardinals match up with this offense completely. Now, Travis Etienne is one of the top 5 running backs. I said that. Now, when you're looking at offensive lines right now, the pickup of Vera Tucker is very, very much a weapon right now. He picked up one of the best left tackles in off-season through free agency, right? Hainsey been here, nice 97 overall. Trey Hill, 97 overall. So this offensive line is back to looking like the Great Wall of Cowboys, of Dallas again. They over here looking real good right now. Give me 2 seconds right now. Bro. Huh? Why? What happened? Man, I just hit you 2 days ago, bro. Give me about 10 minutes, bro. Let me finish up this podcast show and I'll call you right back. Alright, so back to the Great Wall of Dallas right now. I think the Great Wall of Dallas is loaded over here, so this offensive line is a perfect match for the Travis Etienne and what they like to do over here. But when you look at the Arizona Cardinals, man, their strength of their defense is that front 7. You got to count the front 7 because they got linebackers that play DN. Now, if you're looking at these guys right here, you're not gonna you're looking at Riley Mills and Jafari Harvey. You're not looking at guys that anybody should be worrying about. So, by on paper, all right. But then you brought this kid back who can play either or, D tackle or defensive end for you. They picked up the #1 DN in the draft last year, this draft, and Shamar Stewart. But he's playing in his first playoff game, so we'll see how that works itself out. They still got Michael Pierce here and the kid Marcus Bradley, another rookie. I'm a little nervous because this offensive line at this point is better than the Cardinals' defensive line right now because they're rookies and they're young. So they should be able to move these guys out the way all game long. So that's not in Boone's favor. But the linebacker core is in Boone's favor. Even though the Cowboys got a really good linebacker core, we're talking about the running game of the Cowboys versus this team that's supposed to stop the linebacker core who has to stop the run game versus with the Cardinals. So Gmon E4 has always been an animal since he stepped in the league. Isaiah Simmons is the best linebacker in the league for sure. They had a guy that won Rookie of the Year last year in Story. And then on the other side, you got Dez Boone right now. So this linebacker core is really dangerous right now. Not only do they get to the quarterback and passing downs, they can drop back and cover and play well in the coverage game too. And the problem is, can Boone stop the run? We always know Coach Boone has always been a problem with him stopping a run right now. So is D West smart enough to put the game in Travis Etienne's and that offensive line's hands, or do he come out trying to throw the ball all over the park right now? And that's going to be the keys to this game right now. So with that being said, Nano, who wins this ball game?
I think the Cardinals win the ball game.
You got the Cardinals on the road winning?
Yeah, I got the Cardinals on the road. I think D-West is going to come out and try and throw the ball for some reason. I don't know. I don't think he's going to put it on ETN. I've watched some of Cowboys games this year, and the games that he should have been running the ball, he's been throwing the ball a whole lot. So I don't know what's going on. But I feel like if he sits back and tries to throw the ball and dot Boone up, I think it's going to be a long day.
All right, so I'm going to go back to some stats, and this is real numbers right now. In the playoffs, Travis Etienne touches the ball between 19 to 27 times a game in the playoffs throughout this 4 to 5 playoffs. This is going to be the 5th year. So throughout the 4 playoffs, he's been the focal point of the Cowboys offense, whether he's throwing the ball to him out the backfield or running the ball with him. I don't think he goes away from that. I think Boone is going to have to stop the run this game. I think the Cowboys are going to come in, sitting at home, and win this game by 10 points. I got the Cowboys winning. Put the pressure on my boy Boone. Let's go, Booney. Make me wrong right now. Now, we slide from that game and we go to this Seahawks and this Panthers game. So before I go into stats and all that shit, I'm gonna go over here. Is Ty well equipped to stop the wiggle? That's all it comes down to. And one, that's the first and foremost thing Coach Ty is gonna have to be able to deal with. Can you stop a runner who wiggles your AI out of control? Can you stop that? Now I go over to the schedule and I want to go to their first game they played.
What the fuck?
Oh, I can't do it from here. What happened?
This guy just fumbled the ball and went back like 50 yards.
Who?
Denver.
Alright, so let's go through this game, find that Panthers game, man. Seahawks, Panthers game. Where we at?
Circumbound, being circumbound.
Alright, here we go. Seahawks game right here. In the first game, they both put up a lot of yards, 543, 514. Neither one of them really ran the ball in this game, which is crazy because that's not their identity, not to run the ball. Both of them are running the ball at a high level right now. One is doing it with 2 running backs, one is doing it with a rookie. But we all know how these rookies act in the playoffs. So my thing is the rookie running back Kamari Wheaton going to play at a high level like he's been playing all year long in the playoffs right now? In the passing game, it was even Stevens across the board. 49-35 ball game. 627 to 607. They both turned the ball over 3 and 2 times. Time of possession was even Stevens. This was a really good football game the first game around right now. So I think they match up evenly right now. The difference is Carolina is and the Seahawks, they both have a little bit more than what they showed this game in the run game. So it's going to come down to who stops the run when it comes down to that game. I don't have to dig into their stats and all that stuff. All I know is it's going to come down to the run game. Both of them are playing well. Now they haven't played each other a whole lot, so one time playing each other is not a whole big field to be able to understand who your opponent is. Especially y'all play so early in the year. Now that we're later in the year, a lot of things has changed right now. So I ask you this question, Nando: who wins the ball game? Carolina at home or the Seahawks on the road?
I'm taking the Seahawks. I think the wiggle, and if you can get DK Metcalf going, it's gonna be a long day.
I like the Panthers in this game, but I like the Panthers winning by a touchdown. You got the Panthers too?
Yeah.
Yep, Shogun's on the Panthers too. Alright, so that's 2-1 right now. I like the Panthers winning this game. Hopefully we push some buttons and make guys go dummies in their games today, but whatever. I got the Panthers winning. I also got the Cowboys over the Cardinals. Who you got, Cowboys or Cardinals? Guns?
I like Cardinals. Cardinals is still in the Cowboys' head, so I'm staying with the Cardinals. He's in his head.
Okay.
Can't beat him.
Yeah, he's the Cowboys' kryptonite in the playoffs. And then we'll ask you against the Rams and the Bucks, Coach Corey or Young Mon.
Oh, I got Young Mon.
Young
Mon is hot right now.
Yeah, I picked the Rams as well. Nano, you picked the Rams too or the Bucks?
Yeah, I picked the Rams.
Alright, that's the NFC matchups right now, man. Let's get over here. We said the Raiders. What's the score over there in that game so far?
14-7 right now.
They rocking a little bit. Okay, I can't wait to tune into that. Alright, Colts, Browns. This game comes down to the Colts not being in pressure now. I think the Browns are more of a veteran team in the playoffs than the Colts are right now. So can the Colts play a steady, controlled game and play a playoff game to not let that youth and a bunch of players that really haven't played together, that's not gelled together like the Browns are, can he get it done right now? The last time their games played, it was turnovers that won the Browns the games when he came back from being down. Can the Colts cut the turnovers down and play a smarter football game? So my question is to you guys, I'll ask Nano first, who wins this ball game?
I'm taking the Colts. I think the Colts do it this time around.
Alright, so you got the Colts winning this game.
I got the Colts.
Wins?
I'm taking the Browns. I think the Colts has a very good team, but I question their chemistry at this point. There's a lot of turnovers going into the playoffs, and I don't know if that team is going to be gelled enough to be battle ready when this Browns team has consistently, been together outside of just adding a draft class every year. But the core
Right.
players are still there.
The core players are still there, right? And I think that does affect the game. Period. I think you got a bunch of veterans who've been in this situation more than once, playing against a team that's been in the playoffs, but their team has changed over 3 seasons. So we shall see. I'm going to go with the. I think the Colts is going to win this ball game. I do think they're going to get it together and win the ball game, but it's going to be a game down to the wire. I could see this game going into overtime.
Mm.
All right, so we get
It
to the
could.
last
It
game.
could.
The last game of the day in the AFC is the Jets coming back into this same situation it was year one with the Jets and the Chargers. Now the Jets come into this game with a completely veteran roster that's ready to go. This team is completely playoff ready. I told y'all earlier it comes down to can the Jets score with the Chargers or can they play defense enough to make it hard for the Chargers to score consistently and at a fast rate. If this game is slowed down, and if it's slowed down, that means it's going to be a Najee Harris ball game versus an AI. Honest to God game. If it slows down like that, can the Jets stop Najee Harris? Because we know Falky will run the football in the playoffs, and he has one of the better running backs in the league. So it comes down to Najee Harris. Can the Jets stop Najee Harris and make Falk one-dimensional and make him have to throw the ball all game long versus run? Is my question. So then, Nano, I ask you: is the Jets ready to get the upset here?
I don't think so. I think Falky's defense is just way too fast and overpowered for that, and that man's working for him right now.
Right.
If so, I think the Chargers are gonna win.
Yeah, man. I gotta go with the Chargers in this game as well. But I do think Shogun's been playing really well down the stretch, and I think he's playing a way smarter football. I just played in Week 17, and definitely a smart playoff. I mean, smart played off playoff type of
Hey,
game. We played
yeah,
backups that game too, but the things I'm seeing him do, he's getting a little bit more mad and smarter versus just being football smart. So I think that can help him, but I do got the Chargers pulling this one off right now. I think their defense is just, like you said, just it's too many speedsters and legit players running all over the place over there, and they mix that with veterans that's cast-offs that nobody else is using, and they still play with them. So even without the abilities, they got these guys on the field still playing at a high level. So the Jets are going to play a good game, though. I don't think this is an out of control game. I think this game will be within reason and a good playoff game. And that's how I
well,
really feel
I,
about it. So.
well, I'm here. I can tell you this because y'all didn't ask me. We playing somebody that's battle tested.
Hmm.
He's a bully, and sometimes when a bully calls you out, sometimes you got to get in the middle of of schoolyard, and you just gonna have to see.
And just see, right?
Maybe I could be benefiting from the fact maybe he's looking for teeth,
Hmm.
and he may overlook me. I
Hmm.
think that if we keep our assignments and we keep everybody, if my backfield, I'm talking about my safeties and my corners, if they're not always checking for Najee Harris, and we prevent the big plays, and we can find a way to slow it down to where it is Najee Harris versus AI,
Uh-huh.
we gonna see.
Say it. You like your fucking chances. Simple as that. Let's go. Oh my God, let's go. You like his chances. Go ahead and step in the ring with that bully mentality and overlook me if you want to, and see what the fuck happened out here. That's what we screaming right now. Okay, man down. Let's go. That's when a nigga grab his nuts and be like, man, hold up. What y'all talking about right now, bro? I'm telling you right now. I know who I'm playing. I know it's
But
team battle ready. But let's
we
go.
gotta stop. We gotta stop it. Oops. We gotta stop those.
The
We can't get looking in the backfield.
Ooh babies.
And
All
then
that
and
shit.
then letting Smitty and them boys get behind our safety.
Yeah.
If we start doing that, we in trouble.
Mhm.
But if we do our assignments and we can get it down to a run game, low score, don't bet against them.
Don't bet against him. I feel that. I feel that, man. That's a powerful statement. We got some really good teams in the playoffs right now, man. Can I get an update on that Raiders Broncos score?
It is 14-7. Trevor Lawrence and the Raiders have the ball right now, driving the field.
All right, man. I'm going over there to watch this game. So far, it's a good one.
He just picked it off. Broncos just picked off the ball.
So what we grade do right now is we grade go tune into this game right now. It's going to be on the Madden Franchise Junkies Facebook group page. If anybody that's on here that's not in the league, you can go tune into the Raiders playing the Broncos right now in our 2025 playoff bracket. Take a look at it, man. RDL5 and hits the franchise group was always good when I got my co-hosts on here, and then we always get the guest appearance from our boy Showguns, and we get things done. You know what I'm talking about? Holla at us when you holla at me. You're heard.